Alright, so I'm going to be taking off, or replacing the tires, so I'm going to be taking this off. So I'll show you guys how to do that. First, we need to take the pressure out, so bleed out the pressure. So you can just either, use fingernails. I like to use a valve stem core remover. I don't fully remove it. I spin it out far enough where the tip of the valve, I could basically just push it that way, just enough that it's exposed out. Wow, that's a lot of air. Didn't realize this thing, I couldn't recall this thing having so much air. I guess it's been a while since I had a 180 width. Here I am, normally I have a scooter wheel, which is a lot smaller. So deflating is pretty quick. This one is taking a lot longer. So that's pretty low enough where it's a little safer to remove the core. Usually I don't like to remove the core at full pressure because if you slip or anything, the core could shoot out and it could ricochet and get you in the eye or something, get you hurt. So that's why I like to get the pressure low first. So there's a core. Hang on to that. I'm gonna reuse my valve stem because this thing only has 2,000 miles. So that's not long enough to justify replacing the valve, the valve stem. So I'm gonna hang on to that. Set it aside somewhere. Make sure it's safe. Okay. So now I could take off the tire. So the secret to taking off the tire, it's all about technique. If you're muscling it and you're like grunting and stuff, you're doing it wrong. It's plain and simple. So the secret is soapy water. Soapy water. Spray down around the bead area. Right, and the hardest part really is breaking the bead. And if you see my other videos on replacing tires, I have these Motion Pro bead breakers. These are the steel ones. They also have Motion Pro also comes out has the aluminum ones. Aluminum ones are portable. So these are supposed to be meant for at home, or at home basically. The aluminum ones are more portable. So I think they're about 4 or so inches shorter. They're made of aluminum, obviously, so they're light, so they you carry it, while you're on a trip. So okay, I'm just kind of stepping down around there on the bead just to kind of loosen it up a little bit. And, this is a typical 180 55 sport bike tire, so the profile is really low. This thing is barely just a little bit over an inch in height, so that's pretty low. So usually when you have such a low profile, the sidewall is pretty stiff. So when you have a stiff sidewall, it's kind of hard to break the bead as well. So you stick this in like so. Try to push it in as far as you can, and the lettering here is always facing up. Stick your top piece in. So this the bottom one is the fork end. Stick that in. Again, stick as far as you can. Stick the bottom one in. Then when I do this, I you can see my motion here doing that. While I'm doing this, I kind of push the bottom one in a little bit further. So basically, the top one's making space for the bottom one. As I let off like this, there's a split second in time where there's some slack where I can push the bottom one in further. So okay, I got well as far as I could go. Now basically, I just push the top, so until they're both basically squished together like so, and I'm pushing down on both of them. And you have to basically do this all the way around the wheel, all the way around the tire. Go I will probably say every like 2 inches or so in your spacing. So usually when you do this, usually when you go all the way around, the tire will, the bead will pop right off once you go all the way around. Sometimes you might have to go 1.5 times around or so, but it'll you know, eventually it'll come off. It actually helps quite a bit to take the valve core out, because if you don't, even if you depressurize it, it's still sealed. So when you're doing this, there's still a little bit of pressure as you're squeezing down on your levers. It squishes the tire. Oops. It squishes the tire, and that you know, that's pressure buildup. So when you have the valve core out, you know, hopefully the pressure, it's not, you know, it could escape. So you're not fighting that pressure. So I need to, what I really need to do is actually I need to squirt some more soapy water. So even though I squirted earlier, but that's when the bead was, everything was still tight. So where the actual bead is, it's actually dry. It's not wet. It's not soapy wet. So while it's exposed, squish some in there. That helps. Alright, so I'm pretty much just about all the way around. Normally it should pop right off, but I think because I didn't squirt it in as I was going, so I didn't get a chance to slip off as easily. So I think I'm just about there. I believe I'm just about there. Yeah, there you go. It popped off right here. It's just, I think that's about where I started, around this area. So yeah, usually around it takes it one time around. So now I just need to go, and actually I should be okay now with just using my, you know, stepping on the sidewall. Right. So that's how you basically unseat the bead easily, right? Unseating the bead. Now do the same thing to the back side. All right, so I'm gonna do that off camera. Then when I actually lever the tire off, I'll make another video. All right, thanks for watching.